She will never tell you this, but deep down, she doesn't crave the man who is always there, always available, always ready to respond within seconds. She doesn't lose sleep over the man who makes her the center of his world, the man who sends her paragraphs about how much he cares, the man who tries to fill every moment with validation and compliments. She might appreciate it, she might even smile and thank you, but it doesn't make her heart race at night when the room goes quiet and she's left alone with her thoughts. What keeps her awake is the man who is present but not needy, the man who is warm but not desperate, the man who can walk away without saying a word, leaving her questioning what she did, what she said, and why he's suddenly silent. It's that gap, that unresolved moment, that empty space where your energy used to be, that makes her obsess, because now she's left to wonder if she ever truly had you in the first place. Most men think they can talk a woman into wanting them, that if they say the right thing, or give her enough love, she'll feel the same way back. But they don't understand that women don't fall in love through logic. They fall in love through emotional imprint, through tension and release, through the moments when she felt something unexpected around you, the moment you pull back instead of leaning in, the moment you remain calm when she tries to provoke you, the moment you choose silence instead of defending yourself. That's when her perception of you shifts. That's when she realizes you are not like the others, that you are not easily won over, that your energy is not free, and that to keep your presence in her life, she will have to work for it. Most men have no idea how quickly they give away their power the moment they feel a woman slipping away. She takes a little longer to reply, and suddenly, he's sending double texts, checking her stories, dropping everything just to prove he's still there, still interested, still ready to please. But what he doesn't see is that every rushed reply, every anxious check-in, every uncalibrated attempt to pull her back only confirms to her that she has him, that he's emotionally dependent, that his world spins around her approval. And, in that instant, the tension dies, the mystery evaporates, and her curiosity fades because now there's nothing left to figure out. The game is over, and so is her obsession. You see, it's not the man who panics that she thinks about when she's alone. It's the man who doesn't flinch, who notices her withdrawal but doesn't react, who feels her test but refuses to break his frame. She's used to men who chase, who crumble at the hint of her distance, who rush in to fill any gap of silence. But the man who holds the silence, who lets her pull away without chasing, who remains grounded and focused on his mission, becomes a rare energy in her life. She starts to feel the tension build inside her, replaying conversations, remembering how you made her feel before you stepped back, questioning why you're not fighting for her attention like everyone else. It's in that questioning, that uncertainty, that your power grows. Because now she is thinking about you, not out of obligation or routine, but out of genuine curiosity and emotional hunger. She wants to know what's happening in your mind, what you're doing, who you're with, and why you're so calm without her constant presence. She might try to convince herself that she doesn't care, that your silence doesn't affect her, that your absence doesn't make her wonder, but the truth is, it does. It starts with small moments, like when she checks her phone after posting a story, expecting your reaction, only to find nothing. When she sees you online, but you don't message her, a quiet question forms in her mind that she can't shake off. She tries to distract herself, talks to other people, scrolls endlessly, but every lull in her day brings her back to that question: why hasn't he reached out? Most men can't imagine the power in that silence because they've been conditioned to think that women only value them if they are constantly proving themselves. But you're not proving anything. You're living, you're building, you're staying centered in your purpose. And that creates a contrast she feels deeply. It's a contrast between the man who needs her validation to feel worthy, and the man who sees her presence as a privilege, not a necessity. When you're quiet, she starts replaying moments in her head. The way you looked at her, the calm in your voice, the way you didn't rush to fill every silence, the way you walked away when your energy wasn't matched. Those memories begin to amplify because you aren't there flooding her with more words, more texts, more energy. In your absence, her mind fills in the blanks, creating stories about you, wondering if you've moved on, if you've met someone else, if she ever had your attention fully, or if you were always this grounded, this clear, this untouchable. It's not punishment, it's nature. And it's in that space that obsession begins to form, quietly but powerfully. There will come a moment when she tries to test the waters, sending a casual, "Hey," or reacting to your story with a laughing emoji, as if nothing happened, just to see if you will break your silence and rush back in. This is the critical moment where most men fail because they see it as a green light to unleash all their pent-up feelings, to flood her with attention, to resume where they left off, hoping she will finally see their worth. But what they don't realize is that the moment they rush back in, they kill the mystery, they collapse the tension, and they give away the very power that made her reach out in the first place. What you need to understand is that her reaching out isn't always an invitation to resume chasing her. It's a test to see if you're still the man who could hold your frame, the man who doesn't fold the moment she gives a breadcrumb of attention. When you respond calmly, slowly, without neediness, without eagerness, you continue to hold your position as the man who values himself first. You might reply briefly, with warmth, but with restraint, letting her know you're open, but not desperate. It's in this moment that you teach her, without words, that your attention is earned, not assumed. She feels it when you don't rush to call her, when you don't ask to see her immediately, when you continue focusing on your mission instead of orbiting around her. She starts to feel the difference between you and every other man who would have jumped at the chance to reattach themselves to her. And that difference, that calm consistency, it's her realize that the connection she feels with you is not just about attraction, it's about respect. A respect that grows quietly into obsession. She may not show it on the surface, but deep down, she starts to adjust her behavior, becoming more conscious of how she moves around you, what she says, how quickly she replies, because now she knows your energy isn't guaranteed. She starts paying attention to the small moments, questioning if she's giving you enough to keep you interested, wondering if she's done something to lose your focus. And in those quiet moments when she's alone with her thoughts, you become the echo she can't silence. It's not because you chased her, it's because you didn't. It's not because you flooded her with validation. It's because you withheld it with calm, not bitterness, but with quiet certainty that your energy is reserved for those who truly value it. She begins to realize that you are not like other men who can be easily swayed by her beauty or her silence, who crumble under her withdrawal, who rush to fix everything the moment she pulls away. She sees that you are a man who can stand alone, who can walk away and continue to live fully, who doesn't need her attention to feel like a man, and that realization strikes her deeply. The longer you hold your frame, the more she feels the shift in the dynamic. The power she once had begins to fade, replaced by a desire to earn your presence, to be seen again by the man who once looked at her with warmth, but who is no longer easily accessible. This is when obsession truly takes root, when she starts to feel that the only way to have you is to rise to your standard, to show up with genuine energy, to match the value you live by. It's not a game. It's the quiet, powerful reality of a man who knows his worth and never has to speak it, because she feels it in every moment of your calm, unshakable presence.